it's me. It's Rach. Face reveal. Nice to see you. I've got a little disclaimer before this next episode starts, and an apology, I guess, although I didn't really do anything wrong. It's technology, and technology does this more often than you'd think. So this next episode, we're doing Undead Purgatory and Doors of Pharos. I've just gone over the footage and it is atrocious. It's quite bad. It's about 30 FPS at best. This is because when I was recording, my disc, I had no idea how full my discs were. They're full of rubbish. I need to tidy them out. My disc was getting full, so I think the file has just been just poorly recorded. I cannot salvage it in post, so I'm afraid we're just going to have to deal with it. The quality of my voice recording is still pretty good. So the walkthrough still does work. It's just not the most pleasant viewing experience, but it is two side areas, so I've decided not to redo it, not to re-record it, because I'd like to just get this walkthrough tidied up as fast as possible. So yeah, the following footage, I know it looks crap. Before you jump in the comments and be like, what the hell happened? I know it looks crap. Wait until you get to the next episode, which just flat out didn't record. So I'm about to now re-record it using a bonfire aesthetic, so that should be fun. If you wonder why I sound like manically depressed, that's why. Anyway, enjoy the episode. Thank you for understanding. And yeah, I'll speak to you in the next one when I explain in the next one why it's in New Game Plus. This is How to Souls. Welcome back to our Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin walkthrough. My name is Rach and I flippin' love Dark Souls 2. Welcome back. How are we doing? We are in the Huntsman's Copse on the bridge approach. Now this is the second bonfire in this zone. You might have a third one, you might not. We're gonna go and do the Undead Purgatory because, as I mentioned in the last episode, there was a boss that we completely missed. It's the most optional of optional bosses. It doesn't really affect anything unless you were looking to do some PvP. If you were looking to do some PvP in this game, it's unfortunately essential. The PvP Covenant, the Dark Wraiths, or whatever it's called in this game, Citizens of Blood, or they've got a different name, something to do with blood, is like located just after this boss. So we're just going back through. We've done this area before with these guys that we bait them into putting their hooks down, and then we punish. We're doing a lot more damage now this time round, obviously because we're much higher level than from the last time we came through here. So last time we went just straight ahead, chasing. There's like a wee hollow that you like chase. This time, I'm just gonna get rid of this guy. This time we're gonna stick to the right. After the bridge, stick to the right, go sort of up a hill here, and there will be another bridge. So, apologies again, probably definitely should have done this at the time, because this area at my level is not going to be representative of just like how annoying this area is. This area can be a pain in the ass. The boss at the end is a puzzle boss, and it can be a little bit tricky. It can take a few tries to figure out what to do. So it's a really frustrating run back, and you have to run all the way back. You can, I guess, just like ignore all the mobs and run past everything. But, oh god, it's like Dark Souls 2, you can get hit in the back when you're trying to go through a fog gate. It just never usually ends well. So we're just going to take this slowly is my advice. We're not going to need, like, all of our spells, because Dark Orb is, like, not going to do that much to this boss anyway. Why did I leave that guy alive? Yeah, so I don't know, I'm not too bothered about using all my Dark Orbs in the run up to this boss. We can use an Amber Herb to get them back. We've got a whip there on the end there if you want to watch me whip it and watch me nay, I don't know. There's a whip there. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll just like do what it takes to get past these nerds. There's 4 of them up here just on the pillars, so just proceed slowly. Hopefully you can only pull them just one at a time. There we go. So as soon as they move, just don't go any further forward because they pull from quite a distance. And they're going down into Dark Orbs, so I think that's a very good use of a Dark Orb, if I'm honest. They can be such a pain. And I mentioned before, like, if you are trying to run through here, it can be just a cluster heck of nonsense. So their weapons are coated in dark weapon. They do like a decent amount of damage. They stun lock you. They flipping gang up on you. They're just awful. So again, slowly, one at a time. 2 dark orbs. I'm done. One last one up there. Oh wait, there's 5? I thought there was 4. There's friggin' 5. This is the worst. We've got enough dark orbs, it's fine. But yeah, that one up there. Looking at you, mate. Looking at you, mate. Get down here. Are you not coming down? There he is. Sit down, pal. Okay, luckily it's a short area. It's just, oh, it's just a pain if you're dying to this boss, having to do that every time. And running through them never seems to go well. Right, so yeah, we're taking our time, so it's I think it's easier when you take your time. There are holes in this bridge that you will fall through. This first one, it sort of gives it to you free, and you can just roll down there. We've actually been down there. We picked up a token from that corpse. Go, that was ages ago. That was months ago. Why have I got a shield? Actually, no, I'm going to keep the shield for this boss. Anyway, yeah, it gives you the first one for free. You'll land just on that bit down there, and you just have to run all the way back round. But careful after the first one, because if you fall, you're dead. I don't know if we can get this guy. There we go. Get him to fall off carefully, obviously. He'll pull himself up and then come up behind you, which we don't really want when we're fighting this enemy that's coming up ahead. So we can get that guy. Okay, so as far as I'm aware, it's just the 2. Don't know if there's any more. Again, though, we'll just stay vigilant because that's the kind of thing this game throws at you, isn't it? Alright, so this guy up ahead, Black Phantom, he's got great sword, he's got great shield. So for us, not very good. If he blocks our spells, we're not going to be doing much. Also, though, he has like weirdly low poise. So I have the stone ring equipped, which is additional reduction of enemy poise. So me hitting him with 1 dark orb should stagger him enough to lower his shields. Oh, he's two-handing anyway. Oh, flip, this is great. Or let me just show you then, if he does block and you can't do any damage on him, you can just put some distance between yous. I would unlock and run backwards. Just make sure that you are, you know... Sorry, don't run backwards, run forwards is what I'm saying. You don't want to fall through the holes in the bridge. He will sort of... What's the word? Elastic band? Rubber band, that's it. He'll rubber band around this point and he'll always like run back. So you can shoot him in the back. If you have a bow, you can shoot him in the back with a bow. Just any kind of projectiles. We're doing a non-representative amount of damage to him. We did way too much damage. But yeah, 2 dark orbs there that he was blocking caused him to stagger, and then you can get a crit with your 3rd dark orb, so he's not too hard as a caster. But if you're here at this stage in the game where you have not a lot of ranged options, he's going to give you a bit of bother. You might have to try and circle around him, backstab him, parry if you're feeling very brave. But yeah, he's tricky, and if you do need sort of a reprieve, you can run just across the bridge there to get him to reset. I wouldn't recommend trying to run past him and go through the fog wall into the boss, because he'll probably hit you as you're going through the door. I think it's my advice to fight him. Alright, so there's an item over there that you are going to have to run to get, which always gives me the heckin' tight legs, because that kind of covers your camera. It's weird. It's got fire seed on it. Hey, so that's for leveling up your pyromancy glove. If you add a pyromancer, me, I'm just a romancer. Hey. So yeah, that's worth picking up if you're a pyro nerd or any kind of mage. There's some really cool pyromancies in this game. Flame Swathe, I think it's called. The one that, like, yeah, it's like a delayed explosion. I like that one. It's been a while since I've done pyromancy in this game. Forbidden Sun, purely because it's a massive ball of fire. It's a good time. Alright, so this boss is the Executioner's Chariot. I've mentioned a couple times now, it's a puzzle boss. It's not just a straight one-on-one in phase 1. Phase 1, the Chariot is like running around the arena. We have to avoid the Chariot, avoid the enemies along the way, get to a point where we can fight the Chariot one-on-one. So I'm going to show you what to do, but my biggest piece of advice is to take it slow. There are skeletons that will respawn, and that can sort of encourage you to be to have a sense of haste and to get impatient and want to push forward as fast as you can. I recommend against this. I think the easiest way to do this boss is just a slow, carefully calculated It's all about like timing, making sure you're in a safe alcove when the chariot passes, and yeah, it's I might die. It's a hard boss. It's silly. We've got like very low vigor, 15 vigor, so I'm not surviving much if we do get stun locked by skeletons. I don't know. We'll see. So I have the shield, which will help a lot. I might actually use the mace over the dark orb. You might see me switching between them because sunset staff is just so darn tall. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, and hopefully don't die. Yeah, it's cool though. It's a cool boss. But yeah, don't run to the right is, I guess, the first piece of advice. Run to the left because right is a pit. This is a clue here. So he pulled the lever which let the horse through. So we want to pull the lever and stop the horse coming. So yeah, we have all these alcoves at the side. What we're going to do is I'm going to block, I'm going to backstep just to make sure that I'm definitely like got my back to the alcove. We're just going to defend, get rid of all these skeletons. Okay, it's taking it super slow. Okay, right, so we have time. Yeah, oh, there we go. Okay, so Chariot's already coming back. And the skeletons have all reanimated. So yeah, a sense of, oh, I have to really hurry up here. Up ahead is a necromancer. Back step to get in the back. Okay, gonna drop my shield when the skeletons are not attacking to get my stamina back. That gets all three of them. Necromancer's just up ahead here. He can take a dark orb. And a mace hit. There we go. Okay, ooh, okay. Ideally though, you don't want to have you don't want to be in the hollow with the mage and the skeleton sort of there. Luckily the chariot came to bail us out. But yeah, I'm just taking a minute here just to make sure these skeletons are down. They're not going to reanimate now without the necromancer. So I can take an Estus. We're going to wait for the next pass and then we're going to book it. Okay, here he comes. If you have ridiculously high agility, I don't know if it's even worth pointing out, but if you have ridiculously high agility, you can roll through the chariot. You can roll through the spikes, but it's you need like 100 agility or something for that. Like, it's doable though. I've done it. It's fun. It's scary. You get iframes. Oh, this one didn't go down. Right, so the next necromancer should be up ahead. He's not in this one. Okay, this one should go down here. Yeah, so it's you do kind of have to keep moving. Otherwise, you're just gonna get swarmed. Here he is. I see him here. He's doing his little thing. So I just opted for the mace because I mentioned the sunset staff can get sort of stuck. You can cast over people's heads. So there we go. With the second necromancer down, we're going to take our time, heal up, get rid of a couple of skeletons. Right, and then we're going to go over here and pull this lever. As soon as we pull this lever, we go into phase 2. The oh, someone's shooting me in the back. I'm just going to back the heck away. Get rid of these skeletons. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't let you see that there, but you can kind of see. So the horse crashes into the gate, and now we're just fighting the horse. So if you hang around the back, it'll kick. If you hang around the front, it'll spit. It'll charge. It's yeah. There's nowhere safe really. The sides are safe. It's got there we go, a charge. It's got quite a long wind up, quite a big tail. When it starts to rear up like this, it does cover quite a bit of distance. So if you're going to dodge that one, dodge to the sides and not backwards. That's the charge again. So yeah, just with any other boss in most Souls games. There's the kick. Any other boss, we're just going to circle around. Oh, that's him spitting. We should be safe here. Yeah. Circling around. You don't have a lot of space to fight. Ideally, you want him to spit with plenty of space for you to get some hits in. while he's doing that. But if you have to prioritize hitting or being safe, always prioritize being safe. So I missed a couple opportunities to attack there. Okay, I'm gonna switch to Dark Orb now. Soul Arrow was doing 248. This boss is hex based, so I don't see it taking... Yeah, it's not taking huge damage from hexes. Which is why I was like, yeah, don't worry if you use all your Dark Orbs on the way here. We're gonna charge now. Because, yeah, you might get on better with the mace. Let's try the mace. You are in danger of being kicked, though, is the only thing. The mace has very low range. So I'm just going to stick with spells. I think we've got plenty of time to do spells. Yeah, the breath attack is your best bet. It's a nice, easy thing to dodge. It's very slow. It goes without saying, but you don't want to be blocking the breath. If you get yourself in a situation where obviously you've got no choice, you're up against the wall, blocking's your only choice, then fair enough, but it's gonna stagger you and drop your shield pretty quickly. Yeah, I don't think that was that bad. I think we got to see every attack that I wanted to show you, so that was Executioner's Chariot. We didn't pick these up along the way because that just goes without saying. Do not loot in the middle of a flippin' boss fight. But we can pick them up now. It's the ultimate troll because they're like fading souls. They give you like 50 souls. They're worthless, really. But this one's a bit bigger. Soul of a Brave Warrior. That's worth picking up. That'll give you a bit more. I don't know, like 2k or something. I don't actually know everything about this game, believe it or not. So I don't know how many souls that gives you. Yeah, so that's it. That soul's worth picking up. This is the only way you can go up here and up the stairs. It's quite a short area. That's it over. Undead Purgatory. Finished. Conquered. Up here. Tiny little heckin' guy covered in blood.
Oh.
Tinchy Gran. I have a lust for blood, absolutely.
Yes. Do you get...
Nar Alma, the goddess of blood. I will join the Brotherhood of Blood, absolutely.
I want to heal. You want more than just a little blood.
Quite like his voice. You want to be drenched in it. Yeah, so Abandon Your Covenant. This will give you a Steam achievement, PlayStation trophy, whatever, for joining the Covenant. Gives you a Crest of Blood. Obviously, use that to...
You will serve well.
Rank up. Wait, so no, hang on, because invading is done with the red eye orbs, of which I have some here. Invade other words. What's the ring do then? What's the ring all about? Let's have a look. A ring, Crest of Blood. Covenant ring given to those who seek blood. This ring is nothing special. It's just something to have for, like, I guess a mark of the Covenant. All the Covenants have a ring. But yeah, there would be no reason, I guess, to wear this one. Yeah, I don't remember it doing anything good. Just a symbol of your oath, guys. And yeah, so now when you invade, well, you can offer the items that you get for stuff. Oh, flip! We could get a crown. We could get a crown. I mean, it's got no benefits, but if you want to go through the game wearing a crown, you can do that. Skeleton Lord's armor. We have that because we've already killed the Skeleton Lords. I believe there's another set that this guy sells as well. I'm sure. Does he sell the Chariot set? We've killed the Chariot though. Buy some invasion items. The Red Sign Soapstone for jewels. And some pyromancies. So you get Firestorm, Great Combustion, and Fire Whip. The first two of which very good. Not so sure about Fire Whip. Not been a huge fan of that one. But yeah, that's him.
I know the way.
And that is Undead Purgatory. So yeah, that was quite quick. There's no like bonfire. Oh, there is a bonfire. There is. I was like, there's no bonfire. I was so sure there was. There's your bonfire. And that's us done. Okay, so one little side area done, one to go today. Now we're going to go to the Doors of Pharos. So this is a Rat Covenant, the Rat Covenant area, number 2. The first one we went to in the Grave of Saints, just below the gutter, or just above the gutter, I don't know. Above the gutter, because you're going down. This one is at the end of the Shaded Woods, Shaded Ruins. So I don't know what I was doing after we beat the Scorpion boss, but I didn't find the Doors of Pharos bonfire, which is not ideal, but we'll just quickly run through the Shaded Ruins, get to Doors of Pharos, and then that area is fairly short as well. So If you haven't already watched, I'm going to assume that most people watching this walkthrough are watching every part of it, but just in case you like just came here and you're only interested in Doors of Pharos. The Rat Covenant is a PvP covenant, and the idea is it's kind of unique in that you're not invading others, you're forcing others to invade you. So the idea is you booby trap your own worlds, set it up so it's full of traps, it's full of nastiness, it's a terrible place to be, and then you force someone, you abduct someone, you pull them into your world and force them to contend with all the booby traps and also fighting you. So most of the things we can interact with in Doors of Pharos, much like Grave of Saints, are booby traps. So they take a Pharos lockstone to open. And for us, we're just playing through the game PvE. We're not like, this is not a guide on how to be a PvP god. So we're not going to be worrying about 90% of the Pharos lockstones here. You only need a few for a few notable items. So I'm going to show you the ones that matter for a PvE playthrough. But yeah, here we go. Doors of Pharos. Relatively, could be potentially a very short area if you don't notice that there is an opening at the end of the little walkway here. This guy, these like big mammoth guys, they're great because they're so slow. You can just circle around them and they don't give us too much bother. We're doing lots of damage with Dark Orb, thankfully. So yeah, see at the end of the water there, that like, I don't know what you'd call this, little cave? Yeah, little cave. I'm gonna grab this. Prism stone. Exciting. Oh, we got this dwarf coming down actually. We'll fight him. He's got a shield, but you can sort of bait him into attacking. They've got really like long recovery times, so I like to bait these guys into attacking, avoid that, and then punish in return. Wah. Yeah, we're going through here. We're just going to touch the bonfire. We're not gonna, well, I guess we could rest, but it's just a waste of time, really. Look at that nice, like, rat face cave. It's so cool. So in there, that is the invasion area. If you're playing online, you run the risk of being pulled into someone else's world, which is, I mean, it's fun. It's a fun area, but it's, I'm playing offline because I don't have time. Like, you don't want to see me just playing. We've got places to be. So I'm going to show you this quickly before we go into the rat area. Being kind of careful here because we don't want to hit that chest. We don't want to... Wooden chests can be destroyed pretty easily. It's got Dragon Charm in it. I forget what that does. Cures poison? Cures poison. Greatly restores HP. Yeah, pretty good. Not bad actually. Yeah, pretty good. So up here, this is once again, we're going up the stairs and not through the rat mouth. Up here we have Gavlan. You'll find him here if you found him in No Man's Wharf and in Harvest Valley.
Make deal
with Gavlan. This is his final settling place. He will now always be here. He will never move. So if you have things to sell to him, which we do, then yeah, you can always find him here now. And he will only move here if you talk to him in those two other locations. Ring of Giants now is at its most expensive. This ring was cheapest when you found him the first time, and then a little bit more expensive, and now much more expensive. Increases poise. Poison arrows, right, okay, so poison arrows legit are really, really good in this game. I've got 43, I must have picked up a bunch, but it's definitely worth having like some of these. They're just so good. There's an upcoming area especially where we're going to be looking to use the bow quite a bit. I might need to put some points into Dex to be able to do that, but it's just it's so good. And some poison cure stuff. Cool. So that's Gavlan. Many dear, many thanks. We've got a little shiny here to pick up. It's a life gem. Not going to say no to a life gem. And then just to confirm, at the top of here, it's the way out to the next area. So we've got some guys that are going to throw axes at you. So I'm like sticking to the left and then sort of like, oh, it tracks! That was so oh my god, that's so funny. The axe tracks. Incredibly so. I was like, yeah, I'm on the left and he's throwing it to the left, so I'll be okay. No, it like curved, like flippin' Wanted style. It curved. Yeah, through here is the way we want to go to Brightstone Cove, Zaldora. But we're not doing that yet. But if you're not interested in Doors of Pharos and an optional boss, then you're going to want to go this way. Straight to Zaldora, which is a difficult area, I think. It's a maze. There's missable bonfires, which always really pissed me off. But yeah, it's cool. Yeah. There's not a mimic here anymore. There used to be a mimic here. I'm not really sure why they moved it. Probably because it was really hard to tell that it was a mimic when it was covered in water. I'm going to need to look up where that chest is now because it's got another piece of the dark set in it. Right, yeah, so time for Doors of Pharos. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to show you that, like, yes, this is an optional area if you want to go straight through here after Najka and go to the next area that's not optional. You go up the stairs there, but this is, yeah, okay. So once again, I'm offline, so I won't get pulled into any player invasions. But there is an NPC invasion, which I'm going to have to contend with. There's a little rat here. Oh yeah, Guthrie, that's the one. Yeah. A little rat here that will not attack you if you're in the Rat Covenant, which I think is really cool. But it's just like one little rat. Right, Guthrie has an Avalon. What's it called? The crossbow that fires 3 things at once. The mammoth doesn't want anything to do with me, which I'm very grateful for. Guthrie's got his roll timing all off, man. So we're able to get some good damage on him just from afar. If you're fighting both the invader and the mammoth, oh, he's gonna heal. We're just gonna use the platforms that are sticking out of the water. How many Estus do you have? Oh my goodness. I think we can take down the mammoth a lot quicker than we can take down Guthrie, so we're just going to focus on him. You want to keep moving? We're moving around in a circle, just like always keeping an eye on the invader, because if he hits us with 3 of those crossbow bolts, it's going to do real damage. Like that. But yeah, anytime we can sort of get out of the water is good, because the water will impede our movement speed quite considerably. Oh, ruined Mastodon! That's what they're called. Such a cool word, Mastodon. Okay. Right, we're all healed. Guthrie with his 2 crossbows. I'm literally probably just gonna spam spells. Don't know if he's got another heal. There we go, Invader Banish. That took way too many flippin' dark orbs. Royal Swordsman Helm. Okay, cool. Yeah. Human effigy. Right, okay, so Doors of Pharos. We've got lots of Pharos Lockstone doors. This one, your first one on the left, yeah? There's 3. There's one on the right, one on the left, and one in the middle. So there's 3 parts of this door. If you want to open the door fully, it's, 3 lockstones. But we just need the bottom bit, which is on the floor here. So if we put one in the floor, there's going to be an enemy in here that I don't think is really going to cause us much trouble. We can just... yeah, he's like, mate, I'm stuck. What do I do? I'm too tall. But with him down, we can go in here, and there's a chest. So inside this chest is a spear. It's a very interesting spear, actually. Santier's spear. Santier? It's a spear that has a rock in it. I don't know if you can kind of see. It's got a rock in it. It'd be difficult to utilize such a thing in the manner of a spear. Your only choice is to swing it around and smite foes about the head. It's a spear that was embedded in a stone statue. So this is really interesting. You need to use the spear. Like, I bashed it against the wall. It's something ridiculous, like 100 times or something. It's you have to bash it against the wall like loads so it breaks. In the way that you would break a weapon, I don't even think acid works on it. And then the rock comes off of it and it gets more powerful. It's so cool. Some amber herbs to pick up there. Could be good. Yeah. And that's it for this area. There is a little bit there. There's a shiny there. But as you can see, we can drop down there from below and it takes us back to the start of the area. So that's how we'll get that. We'll get that later. For now, we're going to continue. So just to summarize, because my brain is so scattered today, we've only put 1 Pharos Lockstone in. It was on the in the middle lockstone, the one that's in the water. So we're going through to the second area now, and there will be more rats that come at us because we're not in the rat covenant. We used to be, but we've betrayed them. There we go, got those down. They're kind of like dog rats. They're like, yeah, they're kind of weird looking. The boss looks like that too. He's like a big Sith like character. On the bottom floor, I don't think we have anything on the bottom floor, no. There is a Pharaoh's Lockstone, but we're not going to put it in there. That's just a trap. But yeah, no, there's nothing on here. We're not using that one. We're using the one up the stairs. Up the ladder here. There's a couple of enemies up here too. They've got shields, so there's no point in like shooting a shield. Twisted Barricade picked up there. Miracle, if I'm not mistaken. Just gonna let him attack. Oh my goodness, we almost got a one shot there. 600 damage. I like cheese. Okay, so we get this guy, get him to attack, and then we counter. The reason we did so much before is because we must have been, we must have done like a counter attack on him. This is my home. Okay, so this one up here. Oh, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure it's this one here. Got 6 Pharaoh's Lockstones. I should be okay. Yeah, this one up here on this back wall is what causes this to open. Perfect. Yeah, so it's not the one down here. It's the one above it causes this to open. And then we have a Chariot. And in here is a Faint Stone and a Twinkling Titanite. So a Faint Stone would be good if we were looking to infuse our weapon with magic and make it magic scaling. Very good for characters with high intelligence. And the Twinkling Titanite is going to be really good for putting into our staff, because I think our staff is still +4. +3! We need to level that up, boys! Watch out for this spiky wall. It doesn't move, it's just like, don't walk up to it. And then we've got this Garm guy here, so careful that he doesn't destroy the chest. There we go, perfect. Okay, yeah, we don't want to like make him destroy the chest, because he can destroy it just like we can. Okay, cool. Inside, don't think it's anything amazing. I could be wrong. Oh, it's poison! It's trapped! That's so funny. I was looking at my other monitor. I was ooh, actually, a Titanite chunk and a petrified dragon bone. So if you're using a boss weapon, that's petrified dragon bone. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. We're gonna ignore all the Pharaoh's Lockstones. Ignore the world. Coming up here, as shiny here. Another Pharaoh's Lockstone and the large soul of a nameless soldier. So before we exit here, just to confirm, we've used 1 Pharaoh's Lockstone in this zone. It was the one just on the upper floor, in the corner, on the ground, above the tunnel, not the one on the lower floor, in front of the tunnel. It's a trap! Okay, the third and final area of this zone. I guess you can keep to the left if you want to go straight for the boss, but we're going to go around the long way, because I guess we're taking the long way around. There's some statues here that if you put the thing in the lockstone, the statues will like throw axes at you. Well, not at you, they're meant to be at your invaders, but yeah. As for Pharaoh's Lockstones, we're ignoring pretty much all of them. There's one of them that has like some arrows inside it, but it's I can't remember which one. It's just arrows. We can whatever, we can buy those. We're going to go again to this group of 3, or this door that needs 3 to open, and again it's the one in the middle to open the middle door and get through to another warrior. Mastodon, sorry. Mastodon! Yeah. And a soul of a brave warrior. So, in my opinion, worth doing. We've got loads of Pharaoh's Lockstones and not a lot of other places that need them. We've got like 1 or 2 coming up. but you always seem to find plenty of them, so I think it's worth picking up that soul. Okay, so continuing round, about to make a full loop of the area. Oh, you can see that bit there where we would drop down? Oh, go on, we'll do it now. We'll do it now. This is where we would drop down to get that shiny. There's nothing in here. Is there nothing in here? Wait, that goes there? Oh, flip. That would have been much easier. Lol. I didn't know there was a friggin' door there. That's well, there you go. You're learning stuff. I'm learning stuff. We got the Gurmax and a torch. I'm going to run all the way back round because I am a silly sausage. I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Are you watching this like after you play or before you play? Or heaven forbid, are you watching this as you play? Because hopefully you're watching it like before, because then you won't do what I did and waste your time dropping down there. I've mentioned a few times, but just in case you're not watching the whole walkthrough. It's been a wee while since I played Dark Souls 2, but it was until fairly recently, it was like my most played Dark Souls. Like, I loved the first version of this game. I haven't really played Scholar of the First Sin that much. So I've been really enjoying making this walkthrough because it's like, just fun to play it again. But yeah, with that, that's this area all done. Once again, I guess you can booby trap it, you can booby trap it if you like. There's a bonfire here right before the boss fog we're going to rest at to get our souls back, our spells back. And the next boss is the Royal Rat Authority. So, a couple of bits of advice for this boss. First of all, the fight starts, the boss doesn't actually come until you have to enter into the room. There's a few little rats that you have to take down. The little rats are a pain. They jump about, they do petrification. If I'm not mistaken, I think they actually do poison as well. They're a pain in the ass. So we want a way of getting rid of all these ads, preferably before the boss comes. So let's see what we've got to work with. So a couple ways you can do this if you're a melee, pure melee character, is just by using a massive weapon, a sweeping weapon, something that goes like right to left. See if you can gather them all up and take them all out. If sorceries, you're going to want to look at like Soul Greatsword and stuff like that. Something that's going to cover a big wide area. Hexes, we're hex. Let's see what we got. We got Dark Fog isn't going to do much, it's just poison. Dead Again. No. Whisper of Despair. Twisted Barricade. Oh, Twisted Barricade's a hex. Scraps of Life could work. Scraps of Life could work because it is an AoE. Or we could just like attune a bunch of spells and just target them one by one. The thing is though, it's how long it takes, it's the timing. We've got Emit Force. Actually, Emit Force would be really good if I had 20 faith, which I don't know if I do. Oh no, I do, of course I do. Of course I do. I'm getting confused with my Dark Souls 1 playthrough that I'm doing at the minute, where I am faithless. So yeah, a few options. Homing Soul Mass is actually a shout, because if we activate that and then move in, it's gonna be like, it's gonna target the nearest ad and it's gonna go to them. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, right? I'm gonna do Homing Soul Mass. I'm gonna get Resonant Soul purely for the number of casts that it has, but do bear in mind that using Resonant Soul, it takes up 2 attunement slots and it costs souls to cast, but it does a butt ton of damage, and I think that we can take down a rat with 1 cast of this. It's a very quick cast. Unfortunately though, it does need a chime to cast. You can't cast this with a staff. I'm not going to be using my mace for this fight. I'm going to be looking to outrange most things on this fight, so let's just tidy up a little bit here. I'm going to put my chime on in my left hand. What have we got in the way of dark chimes? So we don't obviously have... The best dark chime is a little bit further along in the game. We'll be looking to pick that up for sure. Our options are Cleric Sacred Chime or Priest Chime. We have 2 chimes. There's another chime that we could have gotten from the Dark Hex teacher. We didn't pick it up. It's fine. It's fine. So we want as much scaling as possible. We've got C. C on the Cleric's Sacred Chime, so that's, you know, that's the best that we've got. Let's see what we've got here. Don't think we picked up anything amazing in the ring department. Stamina is always going to be good. We don't need more spell uses because we need HP. If you've got higher vigor, like much higher health, you could definitely look at using Northern Ritual Band. But I've got herbs that I barely ever use, so. Poise, physical, no. Okay, so I think we're sort of using the best that we've got. Physical defense is always going to do well, and then obviously I'm a big fan of the stone ring in this game. I think it really does do bits. Okay, yeah. Oh, there's fire bombs as well. Yeah, but I just think fire bombs never do as much AoE as I'd like them to do. I think we're gonna go with this. So we're gonna go in, try and take everything out as fast as possible because I don't have much in the AoE department. But if you are a pyromancer and you have like Firestorm, highly recommend something like Firestorm. Just get rid of all these wee rats like right away. That you can see just in the back here. Yeah, they're so spread out. It's, yeah. So we're gonna just... Yes! Okay, one hit. It's a super quick cast. Here comes the boss. Okay, the little ads are still up. And the boss is still up, so... Not ideal. Maybe we'll try getting under its legs. I am now toxic. Which is exactly what we didn't want. So you can just see how this is so flippin' chaotic. Okay, that's me down. Right, that didn't go well at all. What the hell? Yeah, we were a little bit slow. I hesitated, definitely, when I saw how long it was taking to cast. No, I don't know if I could have done that any faster. Yeah, we need to just try and be faster. I think, in getting the ads. You do not want the ads still kicking about when the boss comes. But you can see him sort of sleeping up there. He only comes when you go like near the ads. So you've got a little minute here. We've got a homing soul mass, which I forgot to use last time. So that might have helped. So we're just gonna... Oh my gosh, that was worse. That was somehow worse. Oh god, okay. That hit the boss. A shield might actually be good here. I keep forgetting how long the Estus takes in this game. Right, going under the boss's feet. Trying to get a good attack point. I couldn't get a good hit on the ads, so I just went for the boss. The boss is like slapping them about. Just trying to keep everything in my field of vision. If you end up targeting the little ones, the camera can go a bit ugh. But yeah, this just reminds me of Sif, where it's like the safest place to be is underneath, but your camera starts going crazy. I actually really dislike this boss, like just the ads being so like crazy OP. Let's use a life gem. Oh my god. Yeah, should have kept the shields. Should have kept the shield for sure. The damage is good. The damage is fine. I think the shield would have made a big difference just with a lot of these attacks hitting me. Just gonna keep under his legs. It's just, I just don't like it. There's just a few bosses in this game I just really don't like. This is one of them. Guys, I could have swore I was rolling there. When he gets low, he starts puking. And this is an acid kind of, it's gonna break your armor. It's minging, he puke. Bleh. Kind of in the same way that Sif like limps except I don't feel sorry for Royal Rat Authority in the slightest. Yeah, no, sorry, that was really sloppy. But hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. The big thing is getting the ads down fast. I think once it's just one-on-one with the boss, it's no big deal, but it's the 4 of them like surrounding you. Toxic was, oh God, if you get toxic, it's really hard to survive that. But yeah, if you focus on getting them down first and just like using the space. We could have used Homing Soul Mass more, and then I would have only had to focus on survival. But the Homing Soul Mass probably would have just gone for the boss anyway. It's just, ugh, it's just one of those fights that's just, ugh. At least the bonfire is right here. And you do get that sort of moment of reprieve, like, as you go through the fog gate. It's not like he comes at you right away. So it could be worse, but just because it could be worse doesn't mean it's good. So, right, moaning over. Hopefully that's okay. If you guys have any more questions, as always, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. Different builds will definitely do better on that boss. I think like a sword and board, like being able to block the attacks and having enough stamina to deal with that will definitely stand you in better stead than my paper thin little mage. But like the mage excels in a lot of areas, it can't excel in all areas. So yeah, it's got its limits. Right, so we are, we were 1 point away from another, spell slot. That's good, we got 6 slots now. Very good, very good. What else are we gonna level? We got enough for a couple points here. Obviously my vigor's very low, endurance very low, and vitality very low. Because we're a caster and we're trying to sort of optimize, I've kept these very low on purpose, but as we are now going to Iron Keep and Brightstone Cove Zeldora, that starts to kind of change. So definitely going to look at getting more health, getting more vigor for sure. Probably even push that to 20, I would say. Our damage is really good. It's like, I mean, obviously it could be better, it can always be better, but at this stage in the game, now we want to start leveling some health. So we've got that to 18 now. It's going to make a big difference going forward. We're gonna get that to 20 and then see how that feels. As always with my walkthrough, with my build, like I'm doing what I know works for me through like experience, but if you're trying something and it's not working for you, there's the respec option, and there's always like, you'll always find good results from leveling health, basically. You can always do with more health. And then if you've picked up an Estus shard, did we pick up an Estus shard? No, but yeah, just make sure you're always giving them to her, and if you have the bonfire ash, like always burn that, and yeah, just keep on top of your heals. You can buy life gems and stuff. I've got flipping loads of them. Where did they all come from? But yeah, so I'm sort of going glass cannon at the minute, but I do think we'll need, yeah, we'll go 20 vigor, but if you want to go higher, my point is there's no wrong way to do it. There's no wrong thing to level unless you're leveling resistance in Dark Souls 1. There's no wrong answer. Again, any questions, comments, very happy to talk, and so are a lot of this community, very, very happy to impart their wisdom. So I'll see you there. Sorry, I'm in a weird mood today. I'm kind of like, I'm like angry at Royal Rat Authority. That's it, done. We did the Druids of Pharos. We also did the Undead Purgatory. And now that's those 2 little side areas out of the way. We just have Brightstone Cove Zeldora and Iron Keep coming up. I don't know which one I like more, and I don't know which one I like. Actually, I hate both of them equally, I think. So I'll see you in the next part. Subscribe to see it first. Like the video if you liked it. That means I like you. And yeah, take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.